Player One is the latest film right now. Go see it and check it out. And now the movie is directed by, of course, one of our favorite directors of all time, and one of our favorite directors of billions and richest director of all time. It is Steven Spielberg. Yes, this is the new and latest Steven Spielberg movie of all time this year. I dare you to watch it if you love Steven Spielberg. If you love Jurassic Park, you love everything. So yeah, expected that. So Ready Player One again is the latest Steven Spielberg film, and this movie is about this guy named Wade Watts who is poor and lost his family for his mom and dad. So he needs to take care with his aunt. So finally, after all of this world, the world doesn't even have oil, doesn't even have money, doesn't even have everything. But there's one world who's called himself named. So this game creator named James Halliday, who's the one who created the VR world called Oasis. Oasis is one of the most hugest game of all time because it has a VR chat. You can be anything in this Oasis. You can be like, for example, Gundam. You can be Giant. You can be anything in this world, especially for video game characters. And this is actually the future of the video games called Oasis, which is the Oasis founder. James Halliday has a quest for every gamers in Oasis. Find the 3 keys to get $1 trillion Easter egg. And so the one player, whoever gets 3 keys, will get the $1 trillion Easter egg. Before you know the movie Ready Player One, it is also based on a novel called Ready Player One, created by Ernest Cline. Not created, he's the author, one of the author in this movie. I read this book and it's so good. And wow, I was expecting to this movie is amazing, clever. Because one of the reasons why I think it's amazing, that's not because of the director Steven Spielberg. Of course, if he invited us to the movie, he knows that it's going to be good because we have the director Steven Spielberg. So anything in that, let me talk about in this movie. 3 words. Oh my god. I have no words to say. Guys, I have no problems about this film. This film is a very amazing movie and a very clever, genius acting and a very strong motivation and a very strong message in this movie. I can't believe this movie is just like over the CGI is so very beautiful, and it takes like years to make this movie. So let me talk about the movie. The CGI in this movie is beautiful. It's very stunning. It's so very beautiful because this movie is a lot like Avatar, because the Avatar one is like one of the most beautiful CGI, but this does beat Avatar. I mean, like the CGI in this movie, look at all these characters, look at all of these budget. What budget is the movie? Fun fact, it's not actually 300 or 200, it is actually 175 budget in this movie. And oh my god, how can't they make Justice League even look better? But this movie even look better. The CGI even look better. And by the way, director Steven Spielberg, of course, did a very great job on this movie because it deserves an Oscar. It's very beautiful and action in this movie. And let's talk about the characters, shall we? The characters are so clever, genius, and acting. I love those characters. They're funny, they're smart, they're creative, they're interesting. Everything in this movie is awesome. Not lying. Everything in this movie is awesome. If you're an 80s or 90s fan, you are about to go to see this movie. Although I am not an 80s and 90s fan, but I'm a 2000 fan, like 2003. But also this just bring me back nostalgia. Like, I just saw, this is not a spoiler from the movie, this is actually from the trailer, as you all guys see, but you know that. So my favorite moment of this movie is Iron Giant. I used to watch Iron Giant and I love it a lot, but this just bring me back nostalgia and bring me back all of those memories that I remember, like Chucky, everything is movie. If you're a horror fan, there's Chucky in it, and there's everything in this movie. You have got everything in this movie, especially for Marvel characters, Batman in it. It's so much bigger. I can't imagine how much is this movie, how clever is this movie, and the director did well for all of this, and the story in this movie is good. and so entertaining, and the writing is so pure genius. I'm about to say this is one of my favorite movies of 2018, not gonna lie. This is surprisingly one of the best movies of 2018. Not better than Black Panther, to be honest, but still one of the best Warner Brothers movie I've ever seen. And Steven Spielberg, you are amazing, man. You're still doing great jobs, and this is an awesome comeback for Steven Spielberg after the disappointment of BFG. But still, forget the reviews is like 70 something percent, but this movie does bring back well. And oh my god, I have no words to see this movie. There's a lot of references in this movie. I've been distracted for all of these references, and the villain in this movie is kind of okay, but the rest of it is so awesome. But one problem about this movie that I wanted to see is some more reference like Star Wars and Marvel characters. But fun fact that TJ Miller is gonna do the mysterious role, but I don't think he's gonna play as Boba Fett. He was just playing as something else in this movie. This is not a spoilers. I'm not gonna lie. This is total awesome. Ready Player One is an absolute blast and a great comeback Steven Spielberg movies. And if you're a fan of 90s or 80s movies, I dare you to watch this movie. It's amazing and it's great, and performances are so stunning. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give Ready Player One a 9.5 out of 10. So guys, Ready Player One is one of my best favorites and favorite movie of all time this year. You must watch this movie if you're 80s and 90s pop fans. And if you're a favorite of 80s and 90s favorite movies, you should watch this. Every character's your favorite is in there. So yeah, that's all for my movie review on March 2018. This is gonna be the last March of 2018. Yeah, I know, like, day after tomorrow is gonna be the first day of April, which is April Fools. So I'm so excited to create that, shall we? And also, I'm gonna make an update video tomorrow, which is April 2018. There's gonna be like 2 movies I'm looking forward to: Rampage, and of course, all you guys know is Avengers Infinity War next year, next month. Oh, the hype is over, guys. Infinity War is just coming up early. So see you guys later. I will see you guys next time. Also, a quick reminder, if you want to follow me on other social media, just follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Google+, and Stardust. And I'm gonna see you at another social media when I'm going to upload in my next video. So, later.